Ladies and gentlemen, Owen Wilson, who is nominated for an Oscar tonight, and Ben Stiller, who is not.
Writers bring the words, directors bring the vision, but it's the costume designer who transforms actors into characters.
Take a look at this. The costume designer is the unsung hero of the movie business. With the right diaper-like toga, they can turn a sexy beast into Gandhi. Or with a similar diaper-like toga, turn a math nut into a fierce gladiator. Or even take a carefully selected pair of glasses and turn a Tenenbaum into magical Harry Potter. Or with the right frock, turn a Fokker into a Lord of the Ring. Ben, that's your cue. Come on.
I don't think I want to do this, Owen.
Here, come on, let me see. Into a Lord of the Ring. Stupid. It works. It works. Go ahead, do your bit.
Ever since primitive man first amused his fellow tribes members by wearing animal skins and headdresses, man has entertained himself through the use of costume.
Pardon me. I want to cue up the spooky caveman music when he does that. What are you doing?
This is just humiliating.
This isn't humiliating. Come on, 1 billion people are going to watch this. Yeah. Get your head in the game.
Exactly, 1 billion people. And look at me. Look at me. I look like a freaking ZZ Top troll boy.
You look cool. What's going on here? Come on, put the headgear back on. Get your head in the game. Come on, you want to piss off the Academy?
Oh, no, I wouldn't want to piss off the Academy. Company man, wouldn't want to piss them off.
What is this about? I thought you said you weren't jealous of Wes and I getting nominated. You said you were happy for us.
I am happy for you. I think it's great. In fact, I think you should have gotten another nomination for that Behind Enemy Lines movie for Best Running, because that was incredible work.
You know what? This is why you don't get the good scripts, because you're difficult, and I'm saying that as a friend.
Good scripts, like from Shanghai Noon 2? What do they call that one? Shanghai 12:30?
Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get nominated for Zoolander.
Whatever.
I mean, that was a real shock. I don't think the town hasn't been that surprised since Scorsese got overlooked for Raging Bull.
Come on! Yeah, come on! You want to go? You want to? Come on! Not worth it. Not worth it.
Writer, director, actor, quitter. Sorry, we both got a little heated. Yeah. I'm sorry about calling you a quitter.
It's all right. It's all right.
But you did look good as an elf.
Thank you.
You were like
Thank you.
Formidable.
And the nominees for Best Achievement in Costume Design are...
Milena Canonero for The Affair of the Necklace. Jenny Bevan for Gosford Park. Judianna Makovsky for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Nyla Dixon and Richard Taylor for The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Catherine Martin and Angus Strathy for Moulin Rouge.
And the Oscar goes to Catherine Martin and Angus Strathy for Moulin Rouge.
These are the first Oscars for Catherine Martin and Angus Strathy. For Moulin Rouge, the wardrobe department created 300 costumes, and at one point, 80 people were employed for this task.
I'm fumbling. We would like to thank the Academy. This award represents thousands of man-hours of delicate but nonetheless back-breaking work of over 100 of our colleagues and countrymen. We thank them all. Thanks to Angus, who's beside me now and was beside me when we did everything. And to the extraordinary Baz Luhrmann, who has got us up here, who cares as much about the embroidery detail on a can-can skirt as he does about lens size or dialogue. It was your vision. This is your Oscar, Baz.
We would also like to thank the best wardrobe supervisor I think anybody could hope for in Eliza Godman. The beautiful pictures of Don McAlpine, thank you. To the marvellous hair and makeup of Aldo, Maurizio and Leslie and their teams. Nevertheless, we'd like to also thank the continual love and support of our family, friends and loved ones. For me, the rewards of this film happened well before tonight. I'll be eternally grateful for the joy given by this girl and our Baz Luhrmann. Thank you.
The Oscar-winning director James Cameron offered this observation on visual effects.
It takes hundreds of men and women to create the magic of the films nominated for Best Visual Effects. They work with computers making art out of ones and zeros. But computers don't make visual effects, people do. They are artists, people who dream with their eyes wide open. They breathe life into characters and worlds both beautiful and terrifying.
These unforgettable images are put on the screen by blood, sweat, tears, and software, but most of all by the driving force of unbridled human imagination. For Best Visual Effects, the nominees are for AI, Artificial Intelligence, Dennis Murin, Scott Farrar, Stan Winston, and Michael Lanteri. For The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, Jim Riegel, Randall William Cook, Richard Taylor, and Mark Stetson. For Pearl Harbor, Eric Brevig, John Fraser, Ed Hirsch, and Ben Snow.
And the Oscar goes to Jim Riegel, Randall William Cook, Richard Taylor, and Mark Stetson for The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
These are the first Oscars for Jim Riegel, Randall William Cook, and Mark Stetson. This is Richard Taylor's second Oscar tonight. They produced 1,000 suits of armor, 2,000 stunt weapons, and over 2,200 pairs of prosthetic hobbit feet for the film.
I just want to say thank you to J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote it, Peter Jackson, who directed it, New Line, who supported it, my wife and family, Teresa, Sarah, and Jackson, who supported me, and the amazing artists at Weta Digital in New Zealand. Here it is.
We wanted to weave a tapestry of heightened reality with the special effects, visual effects on Lord of the Rings. And a tribute has to go to Alex Funke, DOP of the Miniatures Department, Carla Fry, who was there with us from the beginning, the wonderful people at the Weta Workshop, Mary McLaughlin, John Baster, Jason Doherty and Gino Acevedo for their work with the creatures, and all of my good friends back at home, and especially my partner Tanya. I send my love to you.
Animators work entirely in two dimensions, taking an image that's flat and inert and creating the illusion of life, something that was sadly never achieved with Al Gore. The art of animation has come a long way from the early days. Now, instead of being hunched over drawing tables, creating thousands of individual cells, animators are hunched over computer keyboards, creating thousands of merchandising opportunities. But some things haven't changed. The Pink Panther still can't adopt in Florida. The nominees are Monsters Incorporated, Pete Docter and John Lasseter. Jimmy Neutron, Roy Genius, Steve Odekirk, and John A. Davis. Shrek, Aaron Warner. Gosh, up until now I thought Monsters Incorporated was a documentary on the Weinsteins. But, we kid the rich and powerful because we love them. The Academy rules specify that animated characters must remain in their seats. Only real people can accept the award. So please be animated. And the Oscar goes to Shrek, Aaron Warner.
This is the first Academy Award nomination and the first Oscar for producer Aaron Warner. Shrek employed state-of-the-art CGI animation. Producer Jeffrey Katzenberg said that it will be a benchmark for about a day or two.
Thank you, members of the Academy, for inviting us to the party by creating this category to begin with. Shrek took 5 years and over 500 people to bring to life, so I'm incredibly honored to be up here on behalf of the entire team. Special thanks go to John Williams, who originally brought the book, William Steig's book, to DreamWorks, Laurie McDonald, who thought it might make a good animated movie, the amazing directors Andrew Adamson and Vicki Jensen, our incredible cast, Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and John Lithgow, executive producers Penny Finkelman-Cox, Sandy Raymonds and David Littman, Terry Press and Jim Tharp at DreamWorks, and the entire staff of animators and artists at PDI DreamWorks. Finally, I want to thank my fellow producer, Jeffrey Katzenberg, who has a love for animation that borders on obsession and who is the real reason we're here tonight. Thank you.
Please welcome the glamorous film and recording star, Jennifer Lopez.
The Academy Award-winning lyricist Ira Gershwin wrote this about a love affair, but he could have been writing about a song in the movies. Our romance won't end on a sorrowful note, though in the morning you will be gone. The song may be ended, but as the songwriter wrote, the melody lingers on and on. For Best Original Song, the nominees are From Kate and Leopold Until, music and lyric by Sting. From The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, May It Be, music and lyric by Enya, Nicky Ryan and Roma Ryan. From Monsters Incorporated, If I Didn't Have You, music and lyric by Randy Newman. From Pearl Harbor, There You'll Be, music and lyric by Diane Warren. From Vanilla Sky, music and lyric by Paul McCartney. And the Oscar goes to Randy Newman for If I Didn't Have You from Monsters Incorporated.
Randy Newman has 16 Academy Award nominations and now the Oscar. He was also the voice of the singing bush in the comedy Three Amigos.
Well, thank you. I don't want your pity. I want to thank, first of all, the music branch for giving me so many chances to be humiliated over the years. I have nothing. I'm absolutely astounded that I won for this. Though the picture deserves recognition. They made 4 pictures in a row that were good, and Peter Weir did that once, but I can't remember another instance exactly. All 4 of the Pixar Disney movies were good. Oh wait, are you really going to play in 4 seconds? Don't play. It's been so long. I have something I would like to thank Milos Forman and Barry Levinson. No, I'm very grateful. I would like to thank John Laster, Pete Docter, all these musicians, many of whom have worked for me a number of times and may not again. Thank you. Walking out here and having someone this beautiful give me an award, I'll never get to heaven, but that's as close as you get, I think. You know. Thanks very much. I'm thrilled.
He he's always interesting. He's always interested. He's very smart, very private. He's self-assured but shy, and I adored working with him. Robert Redford's work as an actor, director, and producer always represents the man himself, the intellectual, the artist, the cowboy. He has a passion for telling stories that reflect the strengths and the vulnerabilities of the American spirit, our struggle to achieve what is highest in our nature. And though we don't always succeed, Robert Redford's films make certain that we celebrate the effort. Redford took charge of his own career from the very beginning, always working closely with writers. His work as an actor and as a director is always skillfully subtle, restrained, and yet deeply emotional. He's a listener, whether he's exploring the shadow of American politics, the hidden emotional life of the perfect American family, or a nation's disillusionment. Always a progressive thinker and wanting to give something back, in 1981, he established the Sundance Institute, which has become a platform for new artists to develop their skills and has given the world The festival has given the world a first look at new generations of bold and talented, independent voices. His impact on the film industry is indelible. It's impossible to reduce it all to 4 minutes, but here are some of the reasons that Robert Redford remains a beloved and invaluable force in American film. I'm very, very proud to bestow the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences honorary Oscar for Lifetime Achievement to a man who gave me one of the most exciting and memorable experiences of my career. I was thrilled to be his leading lady, and I'm thrilled to present this award to Robert Redford.
Thank you. I guess this is a sequel, huh, Babs? Barbara's right. I am shy. It's a funny kind of business to be shy in, but certainly feel that way tonight. But I think there certainly is a word of appreciation in order for being honored in such a way. You know, much of what happens here tonight is probably going to be forgotten in a week or so. But what's not going to be forgotten is what it means to those of us who are receiving awards or being honored tonight, and to those close to us. For those people, it could be the moment of a lifetime. So in my appreciation, I'd like to say what it means for me. I've spent most of my life just focused on the road ahead. I've not looking back. But now tonight, I'm seeing in the rearview mirror that there's something I've not thought about much, called history. And what moves me tonight is that I'm being joined by colleagues and peers to reflect on that history. Now, there really are only two areas. One is my personal work, which is the most important to me. And the other is trying to put something back into an industry that's been good to me. And of course, Sundance is a manifestation of that. And the result? Well, a grand, grand collaboration of artists and colleagues who have joined to support and help give a voice to new artists. And for those people who have supported us along the way, who have believed and participated, tonight I would really like to thank you deeply. We have a great industry, and we all know that. We're here because we know it, we love it. It's a solid and healthy industry, but even though it is, I really believe it's going to be important in the years to come to make sure that we embrace the risks as well as the sure things, to make sure that freedom of artistic expression is nurtured and kept alive. Because I believe that in keeping diversity alive, it'll help keep our industry alive. Now, as we can see of late, the world around us is in a sea change. It's just simply not the same world anymore. And as we all struggle to find our way with it, to get a grip, to make sense out of the chaos and the destruction and the tragedy, one word that emerges is the word freedom, its importance, its rarity, and how fortunate we are to have it, to be able to be part of a freedom of expression that allows us as artists to tell our stories in our own way about the human condition, the complexities of life. The world around us is a gift and not one to be taken lightly. But then I think the glory of art is that it can not only survive change, but can lead it. As an artist, I just can't think of a better life than the one that I've been blessed with. It's just a great ride with many wonderful relationships and experiences along the way. And it's a ride I hope to continue. So tonight, I want to acknowledge my family, my love for them, my lady, the Academy, and all of you for giving me this honor. Thank you.
Hello. Support. In Hollywood, we have many words for it. Alimony, a carton of cigarettes sent to a rehab facility, a Wonder Bra. None of that applies to these 5 gifted women whose performances are in themselves a masterful definition of support. They are the foundation on which so much of their movies are built. So, in the category of Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role, the nominees are Jennifer Connelly in A Beautiful Mind, Helen Mirren in Gosford Park, Maggie Smith in Gosford Park, Marissa Tomei in The Bedroom. Okay. Kate Winslet in Iris. And the Oscar goes to Jennifer Connelly, A Beautiful Mind.
This is Jennifer Connelly's first Academy Award nomination. She made her screen debut at the age of 11 in Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in America.
Hello? Okay, I brought paper because I didn't want to forget. Thank you to the members of the Academy for this honor. By some beautiful twist of fate, I've landed in this vocation that demands that I feel and helps me to learn. And no film has moved or taught me more than A Beautiful Mind. Thank you to all of our magnificent cast and crew for their invaluable collaboration, and most especially to Ron Howard and to Russell Crowe. Thanks to all the artists who have inspired me, and the list is too long. Thanks to my dearest ones who give me love and support, Risa Shapiro, Carrie Ross, my family and friends. I believe in love, that there is nothing more important. Alicia Nash is a true champion of love, and so thank you to her for her example. My son Kai is for me the greatest messenger, and so thank you to him for all of our days. Thank you very much.
This year's supporting actor category includes an idealistic rookie, a devoted husband, a ruthless con man, a crafty wizard, and a man who is a little bit of all those things, Howard Cosell. They were brought to life by these exceptional actors, this year's nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role. Jim Broadbent in Iris. Ethan Hawke in Training Day. Ben Kingsley in Sexy Beast. Ian McKellen in The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. John Voight in Ali. And the Oscar goes to Jim Broadbent in Iris.
This is the first Academy Award nomination for Jim Broadbent. He also played the kinetic theater impresario Harold Zidler in Moulin Rouge.
Stone the crows. I'd like to thank the Academy for this wonderful honor. Making Iris was the most joyful, wonderful experience, and for that, much thanks to Intermedia, to BBC Films, and to Miramax for getting behind it and putting it out, and above all to Richard Eyre for writing a wonderful script with Charles Wood, for directing with skill, intelligence, humour, and great talent, and for putting together a wonderful cast for us to work with Hugh Bonneville as the younger me, and Kate Winslet, and the special Judi Dench, who I had a lot to do with. And I'd like to thank John Bailey, who allowed us to plunder and I'm sure misrepresent his life with Iris. And above all, I'd like to thank my wife Anastasia for coming with me on this long and rather unpredictable journey. And good luck, Moulin Rouge.
From time to time, the Academy bestows an honorary award on a member of the film industry, sometimes for a body of work, sometimes for work done to better the industry, sometimes for the influence created among other filmmakers around the world. This year, they honor a man who qualifies in all three areas and who is also unique in the history of film. They call him Sidney Poitier. Before Sidney, African-American actors had to take supporting roles in major studio films that were easy to cut out in certain parts of the country. But you couldn't cut Sidney Poitier out of a Sidney Poitier picture. He was the reason a movie got made, the first solo, above-the-title African-American movie star. He was unique.
Sidney Poitier.
I arrived in Hollywood at the age of 22 in a time different than today's. A time in which the odds against my standing here tonight, 53 years later, would not have fallen in my favor. Back then, no route had been established for where I was hoping to go. No pathway left in evidence for me to trace. No custom for me to follow. Yet here I am this evening at the end of a journey that in 1949 would have been considered almost impossible, and in fact might never have been set in motion were there not an untold number of courageous, unselfish choices made by a handful of visionary American filmmakers, directors, writers, and producers, each with a strong sense of citizenship responsibility to the times in which they lived, each unafraid to permit their art to reflect their views and values, ethical and moral, and moreover acknowledge them as their own. They knew the odds that stood against them, and their efforts were overwhelming and likely could have proven too high to overcome. Still, those filmmakers persevered, speaking through their art to the best in all of us, and I benefited from their effort. The industry benefited from their effort. America benefited from their effort. And in ways large and small, the world has also benefited from their effort. Therefore, with respect, I share this great honor with the late Joe Mankiewicz, the late Richard Brooks, the late Ralph Nelson, the late Darryl Zanuck, the late Stanley Kramer, the Mirisch brothers, especially Walter, whose friendship lies at the very heart of this moment. Guy Green, Norman Jewison, and all others who have had a hand in altering the odds for me and for others. Without them, this most memorable moment would not have come to pass, and the many excellent young actors who have followed in admirable fashion might not have come, as they have, to enrich the tradition of American filmmaking as they have. I accept this award in memory of all the African American actors and actresses who went before me in the difficult years, on whose shoulders I was privileged to stand to see where I might go. My love, and my thanks to my wonderful, wonderful wife, my children, my grandchildren, my agent and friend, Martin Baum, and finally to those audience members around the world who have placed their trust in my judgment as an actor and filmmaker. I thank each of you for your support through the years. Thank you.
The Oscar goes to I Love My Life, Denzel Washington.
This is the 5th Academy Award nomination for Denzel Washington and his 2nd Oscar. He won for Best Supporting Actor in 1989 for the Civil War film Glory.
Two birds with one night, huh? Oh, God is good. God is great. God is great. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. 40 years I've been chasing Sidney. They finally give it to me. What they do? They give it to him the same night. I'll always be chasing you, Sidney. I'll always be following in your footsteps. There's nothing I would rather do, sir. Nothing I would rather do. God bless you. God bless you. Wow. Oh, I want to thank the Academy. You know, when I was in college, first starting out as an actor, they asked each one of us what we wanted to do. I said, I want to be the best actor in the world. All the students in the classroom looked at me like I was a nut. Life has taught me to just try and be the best that I can be. And I thank the Academy for saying to me that on this given night, I was the best that I could be. I want to thank Warner Brothers and Alan Horn and Lorenzo de Bonaventura for supporting this film, and Antoine Fuqua, a brilliant young filmmaker, African-American filmmaker. I don't know where you are, Antoine, love you. Ethan Hawke, my partner in crime. So many people, I can't even remember everybody, lawyers, doctors, agents. My beautiful agent, Ed Lamato, we've been together for so many years. Hometown boy from Mount Vernon, my beautiful wife, I love you so much. You put up with me in spite of myself. And my beautiful children at home. I told you if I lost tonight, I would come home and we'd celebrate, and if I won tonight, I would come home and we'd celebrate. Well, I'm coming home, we're celebrating. God bless you all.
Who are the directors? They are the driving force of the motion picture, driven by vision, by passion, and also every day by Teamsters. They are the organizing influence, conductor, guide, jack of all trades, mastermind. In short, the one the producer blames. In the category of best directing, the perpetrators are
and action.
Ron Howard for A Beautiful Mind, Ridley Scott for Black Hawk Down, Robert Altman for Gosford Park, Peter Jackson for The Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, David Lynch for Mulholland Drive. And Oscar goes to Ron Howard for
This is Ron Howard's first Oscar. He filmed A Beautiful Mind chronologically, which is a rare occurrence in filmmaking.
Thank you. Well, I'm not a good enough actor anymore.
to be able to stand up here and make you believe that, that I haven't imagined this moment in my mind over the years and played it out about 1,000 times. So here goes. It's pretty simple, really. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for this. I'm grateful for an entire lifetime spent involved in this creative process that we do. I'm grateful that I was raised by an extraordinary man, my father, Rance Howard, and my late mother, Jean Howard. I also want to mention that before my mom passed away about 18 months ago, she predicted that this was going to happen for me on this film. Well, she also made that prediction on every movie that I've directed since 1983. So now you know a little bit something about my mom. Thank you, Mom. Then there are the loves of my life. My incredible wife, Cheryl. Yeah, she's something. Kids at home, Bryce, Jocelyn, Paige, and Reed. Thank you for all the most important reasons. I've got a great friend and a partner, Brian Grazer. Brian, thanks for helping me realize so many of my dreams in this business, including getting to direct A Beautiful Mind, which Brian produced so passionately and Akiva Goldsman wrote so brilliantly. You know, everyone, from the decision makers at Universal and then DreamWorks through to the entire production team, thank you for the incredible effort. It made the difference. And of course, I had a tremendous cast. This is an acting movie, and including Jennifer Connelly and Russell Crowe. This would not be happening tonight without your creative courage and your total commitment. It has been a great journey. I thank you. Finally, they're here somewhere, I don't know where, but thank you to John and Alicia Nash for sharing your important story with us. I'm very, very proud to know you, and may you have many years of peace ahead of you. Academy, thank you so much.